My parents, when they came from Michoacan, Mexico, one of their first jobs was working in the fields.
They pick the produce we buy at grocery stores, but many farm workers struggle to feed their own families.
Es un poco pesado para todos los trabajadores del campo porque por las lluvias y por el clima pues casi no trabajan.
We'll show you how a local food bank is refusing to let them go hungry.
We want to make sure that they know that they're not alone, that we are here to be their voice and to advocate for them.
This is CBS News Bay Area with Elizabeth Cook.
I'm Ann Makovec in for Liz, and California has one of the largest economies in the world, but not everybody is sharing in the wealth. The California Association of Food Banks says close to 9 million people in the state struggle with hunger. Food banks fill in the gaps, but they say they are not getting the support they need to meet the high need. We're going to talk about the demands and how you can help. Well, today we are talking once again about hunger and the need for healthy food. Research from UCLA shows 45% of undocumented workers here in California are struggling with food insecurity. That is nearly 2/3 of all undocumented children. Our Jose Martinez shows us how a group in Contra Costa County is working with the food bank to feed the farm workers.
It's a busy afternoon at Hijas del Campo's food bank in Brentwood, and Areli Carrasco is hard at work packing boxes of fresh produce. For Areli, a farm worker originally from Oaxaca, Mexico, this work is deeply personal.
Yo miraba que no había muchos voluntarios aquí, entonces yo decidí unirme a ellos.
She's been in California for over 20 years, working in the fields to provide for her family, including her young daughter. But even with her hard work, rising costs have made feeding her family a challenge.
Ellas llegaron a mi lugar de trabajo, empezaron a repartiéndonos despensas cuando la pandemia estuvo del COVID.
The organization began as a simple idea, collecting food to distribute to farm workers in need. But as co-founder Maribel Mendoza saw the overwhelming demand in her community, she decided to go all in.
My parents, when they came from Michoacan, Mexico, one of their first jobs was working in the fields. You know, my co-founder Dorina, her father, one of his first jobs was working in the fields. And we both have family members that work in the fields in different parts of the country. And so that's why it's so important to us that we're making sure that we're taking care of our community.
Now, Hijas del Campo is a vital partner of the food bank of Contra Costa and Solano County, which serves over 65,000 households and distributes 2.7 million meals every month.
We're at Hijas del Campo, and they are one of our 260 agency partners that we support throughout the community. Our agency partners really allow us to kind of reach more of the community, and so what we do is we provide them with fresh food, fruits, vegetables, and food for their agency.
The pandemic-era government funding for food bank has expired, but the need remains.
We want to make sure that they know that they're not alone, that we are here to be their voice and to advocate for them.
For Areli, the support she's received has been transformative, allowing her to focus on her family while also giving back.
El invierno es un poco pesado para todos los trabajadores del campo porque por las lluvias y por el clima pues casi no trabajan los trabajadores del campo. Entonces venir acá con Hijas del Campo es como un bálsamo para todos los trabajadores del campo que vienen y se ayudan de la ayuda que ellas nos dan.
Hijas del Campo, born out of a simple idea, is now a lifeline for farm-working families across Contra Costa County. It's a place where people like Areli can find the resources they need and the chance to help others do the same.
Well, from farm workers to children struggling to find food after the breakout students in the South Bay are rescuing groceries so they land in kitchens instead of the trash. Well, the group Feeding America says more than 150,000 people are food insecure in Contra Costa and Solano counties. The local food bank helps by giving out about 2.7 million meals each month. Joining me now to talk about the need in the East Bay is Caitlin Sly, the CEO of the Food Bank of Contra Costa and Solano counties. Thanks for being here, Caitlin.
Thanks so much for having me.
So we keep hearing from local food banks that the need is getting worse. What do you attribute that to?
Well, I think our community is seeing a high cost of living here in the Bay Area. The need is going up. We serve enough food for 65,000 households every month, and people are struggling to keep up with the cost of living, high housing, utilities, food, all of those costs that is making it a struggle for families in our area.
And how much do you think inflation plays into this? Because, the good news is that is predicted to go down. Is there any hope there?
I think there's always hope. And the cost of living has been high in the Bay Area for many years. And so for us, it's about providing food to people in need, especially during this holiday season, so they don't have to make those difficult decisions between paying their utility bill and buying food for their families.
And we just talked a little bit about your program, Hijas del Campo, or one of your partner programs. What other kinds of people are you helping that maybe we wouldn't realize need help?
We help all folks that are in need of food, regardless of what their need is or what their status is. So we partner with folks like Hijas del Campo, but we also partner with local schools, places of worship. We serve seniors, children, anyone that is in need of food during this season and year round.
Yeah, you mentioned year-round, which is really important because it's something that we pay attention to during the holiday seasons, and that's when you have your fundraising drives and whatnot. But this is a need that you see consistently.
Absolutely. We are currently doing a campaign, our 3 million meal campaign, to raise enough money to provide 3 million meals by the end of the year. And so it's really important for us to get that additional support because what we raise during the holidays sustains us throughout the rest of the year. Hunger is an everyday issue that we are fighting, and we need that support to be able to continue that fight.
I think some people say, oh, well, that's where my tax money is going. The government's going to take care of people who need help. But I think how much you're able to help and what kind of help you're able to give really depends on the donations.
Absolutely. It's a common misconception that we receive most of our funding from the government. We actually receive most of our funding from individual donors like you and me. And we're able to take each dollar that is donated and buy enough food for 2 meals. And so that is why it's so important for folks to give during the holiday season, but especially year round, so that we can continue to support our neighbors in need.
Yeah, you mentioned what you can do with $1, which is pretty amazing, providing 2 meals to a family. How are you able to leverage that money?
We are able to buy in large quantities. We are able to get donations of food through our food drives and through local grocery stores that donate to us. We also we get fresh produce donated from farmers. So we are just able to put all the different resources together to make sure that our community has the healthy, nutritious food that they need to stay nourished year-round.
And let's talk a little bit about the volunteering opportunities if people don't have a lot of extra cash to throw your way.
Folks can support however is best for them. So we always need hands as well as dollars. Our work does not work for a day without people coming to distribute food at our distributions, come to our warehouse to sort food. It is so important that folks donate their time. And that is true during the holidays, but that is also true in January and February and March and ongoing. So
yes. And I know you could also use, some of these monthly commitments for donations so that you have a little bit more stable income year round. Caitlin Sly with the Contra Costa Solano Food Bank. We appreciate it. It takes a network of community members and businesses to support our local food banks. Veronica Macias shows us how a grocery rescue program is feeding families in the South Bay.
This small pantry inside San Jose Conservation Corps and Charter School is where anyone can come in and grab a bite to eat to help themselves focus. Struggling students can even take home food if they need.
This is open.
Norma Ornelas is in charge of making sure the pantry is stocked. She personally has seen how providing this space contributes to a person's success in learning and how much it's appreciated by the students.
Thank you so much for bringing this. I didn't have money to buy milk today for my kid or prep food. I didn't have time today to cook anything because I needed to drop off my kids early in the morning. And for them to come in and just have a grab-and-go food or take food for dinner, that's amazing.
Every item being inspected by Ornelas and her staff of students is completely safe to eat, yet is close to reaching its shelf life for grocery stores. Students on a weekly basis head out to pick up surplus foods which would have ended up in the trash had it not been for the Grocery Rescue Program. The program is overseen by the Silicon Valley Second Harvest Food Bank.
Second Harvest Grocery Rescue Program connects our partner agencies like San Jose Conservation Corps and Charter School, also churches, pantries, meal programs. We train and provide equipment for them to conduct the donation pickups. Thank you. You got it?
The food bank helps orchestrate more than 700 donation pickups each week with different grocery stores.
We do this 4 times a week. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
The retailer has separated different types of food and has been guided by the food bank on what foods and items are good to donate.
If every grocery store can do this, it's going to help feed a lot of families because there's every year, grocery stores go through a lot of expired foods.
The food from Chavez's supermarket is helping make all the difference for students and their families. Food in these boxes are also packed with the cultural awareness, allowing for people receiving them to make things they like to eat.
Any dairy takes still another 7 to 10 days to go bad.
For Ornelas, the food being brought in not only is fighting hunger, but helping students potentially change their lives by achieving that diploma or learning skills for a new technical trade.
The Bay Area Events Calendar, brought to you by Broadway San Jose.
Here's what's happening in the Bay Area this weekend. Make holiday memories with legendary soprano Sarah Brightman. She's bringing her Christmas Symphony Tour to the San Jose Civic Center Saturday and Sunday. And honor a colorful Filipino-American tradition at the Paroli Lantern Festival, lighting up the season with this symbol of hope and peace.
Everybody knows that we used to be 6 wives, but now we're ex-wives.
Six, the Broadway musical about the 6 wives of Henry VIII, has become a global sensation that everyone is losing their head over. Tickets are on sale at BroadwaySanJose.com.
Thanks for watching. You can always get all the latest headlines and weather over on KPIX Plus. And remember to like and click the button on the bottom left of your screen to subscribe for the biggest Bay Area news.